Episode 180, ladies and gentlemen, non-binary folk alike. And it's great to see that Marto survived the floods and the torrential rain and the cyclones and the typhoons. And it's great to see that, as men, we're all up and above the ground for another year, because I've been losing too many mates to Jack the Dancer recently. I've been just inundated with it. But I tell you what, Tazzy, you're looking at $1,000,000 at the moment, mate. Or are you?
Yeah, well, had a bit of a basal ganglia hemorrhage on Monday.
What
In other
race
words,
was
I
what
had
race was that,
Yeah,
Taz?
serious.
in other words, I had a fucking stroke.
What?
Oh, wow.
So yeah, I had a stroke and yeah, spent a couple of days at the villa, the Alfred Hospital there, and had all sorts of scans, and I'm off work for 2 weeks. I've got my face back. I mean, I was never an oil pain. My speech just don't ask me to talk too much or too quickly because I
Wow.
can't.
Well, you,
Um,
you do have
yeah,
a head for
bizarre.
radio, as we say in the business.
Yeah,
But now, Taz, can you tell us, when did you have the basil? When was that?
yeah, it was on Monday, so I was getting ready to go to work. I got up in the morning, had a shower, thought my arm was a bit sore, tried to then put my underwear on, fell over. But when you're 55, that sometimes put your underwear on, you can fall over.
And they
Um,
do call you the long schlong from Geelong too.
oh,
So
that's right.
Tip
So got
over
the
it.
way.
you
Um,
know,
tried to put my clothes on. When just didn't feel right, went downstairs and started brushing my teeth and just wasn't enjoying it. And I looked at myself because I've got a mirror when you're brushing. Didn't look right. So I tried to talk and didn't sound right. And then I said to Sarah, I'm going to the hospital. I think I'm in trouble. She said, what do you mean? I said, I'll just drive myself down. I think I'm having a stroke. She said, she's not fucking driving anyway. So she drove me down. Yeah.
Should be right.
So
Rub some dirt into it.
she'll be right.
So she drove me down there, dumped me there, and yeah, scans. My blood pressure was up over 200, so they had to reduce that pretty quick because it
Sorry, I
was a
don't mean to
bleed.
laugh, but I
It's all
think
right.
I'm having a stroke, so I'll just pop down to the
Take me up to the hospital.
Yeah,
You sit tight. I'll be back later.
yeah.
yeah. But yeah, and then they sort of did a few scans and tests and told me I did, and then they put me in another ambulance and took me to the Alfred and spent some time in the stroke ward there, and yeah, there I was and got out yesterday, passed some tests. Now I just got to do some speech therapy, some occupational therapy, and a bit of physio. But I'm actually in a good place because I can talk. As I said, I got my face back.
Yeah.
I mean, I tried writing a bit, and now I write like a doctor. So I've always thought I was pretty smart. Now I write pretty smart.
Um,
Balance a bit
is
different.
this like doctor's orders to come on? Me and Marto was sort of trying to persuade you not to come on.
No,
Couldn't keep
well
them
they
Couldn't
did.
away.
hold you back. You're like a
Nah,
2-year-old
nah, fuck that.
unraced.
No, fuck, because I'm bored out of my brains. I
Oh,
can't do
okay.
anything. I
Yeah.
mean, I'm tired. I have a siesta during the day,
Yeah,
but I'm actually all right. I mean, look, I'll be honest.
yeah,
A lot of crying, a lot of laughing, both at the same time. So I've been very, very emotional,
yeah,
Mm.
and I can sort of get emotional like that. You know what I mean?
yeah.
But it's just, mate, there is no discrimination. So I'm lucky to be here.
Mm,
I'm lucky to have everything.
mm.
But yeah, just got to tick a few boxes off before I go back to work and drive and coach
Right.
and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, so don't wait. Maybe think
Yeah.
first to ring an ambulance. Maybe you don't have to try to drive yourself somewhere. And if you've got
Maybe
high blood pressure, do
don't wait
something
for an
about it. Yeah.
Uber. Don't wait for
No, no. So
No. And as you said, it doesn't discriminate. I mean, you're not a smoker, are you?
no,
You look after yourself pretty
no.
well,
But
reasonably well for a
no,
55-year-old. But
I've I've
obviously, there's
I've
things you
had
could change. But
look. I've had times like I'm lucky because I'm like from a muscle memory perspective. They have
yeah,
actually said they're quite strong.
right.
With all the tests and stuff, which probably help. But am I fit? No, I'm not fit
Oh,
anymore.
no. Obviously not.
But
No, you
but
wouldn't run a
you know,
marathon tomorrow.
if I guess because I was an elite athlete, be it not at an elite level, it sort of probably held me in good stead. So anyway,
Right.
just everyone, whether you're right or wrong, got to check yourself out.
You knew something was wrong though.
Well, when I sounded like Jason when he's on the piss, and that's not the way I should sound.
No.
I definitely knew there was something wrong. So when you're trying to say words and it's like, and when they got me to the hospital and they said, poke your tongue out, and you could tell that it was going like that, it was curling. I have a bit of a problem when I eat, because one of the tests at the hospital with the speech therapist was to make sure you can eat, because if some of the things might be numb down there that you don't know. So when she got me to eat something, she goes, "Oh, we'll get you. You look all right. Try a biscuit." I'm like, "Fucking give me a chocolate, not a biscuit." But anyway,
bit of a sweet old Tazzy here.
Yeah. But it's just sometimes when it's on the right hand side, when you're eating and something gets caught in the corner there, and you sort of, maneuver it out. Yeah. So I can get a little bit of stuff that gets stuck in certain spots. Right. So I'm just do that, move it out of the way. So that just little things. On the left side, that's but that's nothing compared to what some people come back from. So
absolutely. Well, you're obviously on the mend, mate, and well done for recognising those early signs and bringing awareness to us all out there.
Talking about people in need of help, a big shout out to Jason Adrian Barnes. Jabby, one of our favourites here at PaLTI, Barney, one of our oldest mates here, and he actually turned 50 today, and he's in Brisbane ready to go on a comedy cruise. So I tell you what, he'll be feeling very numb right at the moment. He's fucking going to be absolutely spasticated. And I don't mean that in a derogatory term. I mean that he will be, like, if Barney's having a stroke in the next 3 days, no one will realise. Because no one will realise. But Barney, big love, well done. Can't believe you made it 50. And Tassie, the world is a lot better place. Well, if you're above the ground, because what would we do without the jockey wheel? I don't know. Gee whiz,
I'd bury it with me.
That's all right. We'll have a memorial bed every week or something for you if you want. Like, fucking hell.
And it is good. It's a bit, you sort of, you start to reflect a bit, but you got to be positive, and sometimes I'm not. But we're here. Let's enjoy it. And let's be kind to each other and stuff. Even though I, can't give you enough poison this week.
No, well, we can't give you any. Well, you
can give me as much as you like.
We don't want you. Well, it would have been nice if you won last week, your Kickstarter, because that would have been three out of 3. Tassie, it would have been me and Marto on fire on the Kickstarter.
Mate, it was going super for the first 800. And as fast as it went forward, it went backwards.
Yeah, there was a lot like that last week, though.
Marto, 2 weeks in a row, mate. 2 weeks in a row, man. You hit the Kickstarter.
Both you and I. Yeah, who's going to fall over first?
Man. I don't think I'm going to fall over this week because I've gone short. I've got shorter than short.
How short is short?
Anyway, Zesty Man was great when it counted. The Kickstarter got home at the race one in Flemington. And I tell you what, let's talk a little bit about the elephant in the room, not including Tazz's, what do you call it, Tazz?
Yeah. Basal ganglia.
Basal ganglia. Don't worry about basal ganglia. What about the fucking people behind the barriers last week at the Gold Coast? Every race was delayed.
That was embarrassing.
It was embarrassing. And I'm never getting in a fight online because he's like, "Oh, you must be losing, mate." I was like, "I'm losing." Fucking boom, talk went bang for me at 7 Skins. Mate, I was like, I just wanted to see the race, and I had 3 doubles going in the Sydney Bowler Tazz.
Oh, I would have been shocked. You would have been disappointed.
Biggest scratch every day.
How would you be being the owner? So, you know what I mean? They miss out on.
But
on
watching
their horse.
They had a horse that's had 3 starts for 3 wins, and it's actually the progressive. Remember, Marto, Magic Millions Day is restricted horses. It's not your best.
Yeah.
because they all come from the Magic Million sales. You got this freak going up there to steal a bit of fucking millions money. And not only was it in the barrier for 15 minutes, Marto.
Yeah, terrible.
Because the king, Tazz, can I explain what happened to the king?
Yeah,
this is what this bloke online didn't understand why I was upset. He lost a shoe. He lost a plate in the mounting yard. So he's been re-shod in the mounting yard, yeah? On the way around to the fucking starter, he lost the plate. They've picked it up. They've found it. They've got the farrier to the bloody, because the farrier is still in the mounting yard, right? So then they had to get the farrier to the barrier because there's only one farrier, right? So then they've got him from the mountain because he just finished up, right? Because he just put on a plate. So he's like, oh, job's done. They've ripped him over to the fucking behind the gates. The king's lost it again. He's trying to attach it again. It won't attach, which I just can't understand in any sense. Maybe something was wrong with the poor bloody back hoof or whatever. Then, instead of scratching the fucking horse because we've got Sydney bowlers sitting in there for 17 fucking minutes, they've rang the owners to say, can we run bare plate? Yes. And then the owners are like, yeah why not?
It's so just a comedy of errors.
Taking the plate off the king. So the king goes in finally. We've been waiting 22 minutes, Tazz.
Yep.
Sydney bowler's been sitting in there for 15. It's absolutely gone out of control. It cast itself for fucking 30 minutes. They couldn't get this poor fucking horse out.
No.
Oh, can you imagine it? Hey, mate, the owners, you got the king owners there. Can we just run it bare plate? You're like...
And you wouldn't be exactly sitting by your phone, would you?
No.
Like you're at the races, you've got the biggest race today. You've got to run it. Do you think you're watching?
Race, $1 million race.
Do you reckon you're watching? Do you reckon you're watching your phone? I reckon you're having a few sherbets.
So
I reckon.
What's the steward doing? What's the steward doing?
Yeah. Exactly.
Just go, fuck it. We'll just give up on this thing.
Their ruling. Yeah, just scratch it. Get it out. Sorry, you're not fit to run. Yeah. Get out.
I've never heard that a steward makes a phone call to say, can we run bare plate when horses have been
must have had an interest in
for
it.
Fucking 20 minutes.
Yep.
I've never seen it before. Marto, I've seen weather.
And why were they still in the barriers?
I've seen weather. I've seen horses backed out. I've seen horses go back to the mounting yard. I've seen it all, but I didn't see anything like that. And the poor race caller was on the fucking blower for 14 minutes trying to fill time. It was absolutely disgraceful.
Yeah,
it was. It was a big embarrassment. Yeah. And not one race ran under 5 minutes close to start time.
Thank Christ Sydney Bowler's okay.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. But like I said, I mean, if we're going to reshot a horse, then they usually back them all out and give them a lap around, so they're not stuck in the barriers and winding themselves up.
That's right.
These things are spreaders. They want to get out and they want to run, and they're just closed in. Yeah. And they've got nowhere to go.
Mate, it was a 3-year-old race.
They're all young as well.
They're not they're not like
semi-experienced. But yeah, that's right.
They're not horses that are ran around 100 times in Adelaide for the same fucking money.
No.
And a lot of these horses are from Sydney. They're from Melbourne. They've travelled.
Yep.
I just couldn't believe. I just kept listening to the guy, trying to fill the time. And no, now they're trying to contact the owners to see what the fuck are they doing? I couldn't believe it. I've never heard that in my life. I've never.
But that's where you would think that there has to be some post-mortem here, because the truth of it is, they scratch one horse, all this gets avoided. Yes, you've got one upset owner.
Yes.
But it's all avoided.
Yes.
Whereas you do this, I mean, you don't know now if the bowler's going to come back.
No.
Because it's one thing to say, he's uninjured, but when you're stuck in a barrier for 30 minutes, is he going to want to get in a barrier next time?
You know what the ironic thing was, Tazz? The horse next to Sydney Bowler, the 12, got cast as well. So that was scratched as well. So that's two horses now out.
Yeah, that's right.
Including the $5.50 crunched in favourite. And the King ran bare plated. They still couldn't attach the fucking thing with a 45-minute, an hour delay. They still couldn't get the plate on because the stewards wouldn't let them.
Yeah.
So, and then the king ran like me. It was just, I couldn't believe. I was just like, this is like raw.
Yeah, disappointing.
But anyway, the chocky wheel was fun. We're a bit stiff there too, Tazzy. We were 1 from 2. We had 2 to run, and then the power went out at fucking Murray Bridge.
Yeah, how did that come as well? What happens there?
I don't know.
It was a freaky day, wasn't it?
It's bizarre. It's not as if a solar flare hit the country or the world yet. Do you know what I mean?
I don't know.
Sydney
Maybe
and
it was
Melbourne
the
at that time
aliens
all day.
from Miami, Taz.
Yeah, well, they're still going.
That
No,
was
there's
it.
talk about the solar flare. Just look out for that one.
Too done, Lizzie.
Yeah,
was
that was-
awesome, Marto. Well done.
Too done, Leslie.
Yes.
Yeah, the homework paid off there. A lot of homework on that one, but
Awesome.
Jesus, she got backed in by the truckload.
Yeah.
Mrs. Christie, not good enough to beat the favourite home, unfortunately.
Yeah,
so couldn't
she's
go
really
to.
good. Thanks a lot to Bet Galaxy. Thanks again. Hopefully we've got some big things coming with Bet Galaxy in autumn. Thank you very much. The Kickstarter.
Okay.
Good on you, Lukey. Now, I had a bit of a dilemma on my birthday was last Friday, Tazzy, and I get a call in the teacher's room at university, and it's from one Luke Mullen.
He rings you.
What do you do? What do you do? Do you answer it in the middle of a teacher's room at a university? And do you put him on speaker?
I would have.
I gambled, but I didn't put him on. I wasn't brave enough to put him on speaker. But thanks, Lukey, for the shout out, mate. I really appreciated hearing your voice.
Good on you, Luke. Good on you, mate.
Nice.
Flemington, race 1, Marto. Here we go. This is what we want.
Bermudares in the first race at Flemington. It's a race in 2. Bermudares and Sth Aussie. I think Bermudares brings the form in because Holly Mans was the only thing to just beat him last start, less than length. Holly Mans is going to the Ellerslie next week, which is a really rich race. So I think that form will stack up here. Sth Aussie's been racing in lesser grade as well. So Bermudares for me.
Okay. Commanding Artist, race 1, number 2. At $1.80 as well.
Absolutely. One of the tried ones should just lead and win. It goes really good. I've got some notes because I've got to keep them because my head's not working. Jimmy Orman on it. Should be better for the run. And I'm sticking with this tried one. So I think I ran 4th, if I'm right. First up or 5th, and it was behind.
Yeah.
It was behind Parkour. Now Parkour would have been in that 3-year-old race.
Yeah.
The Blue Battler. I don't think there's anything in it. There's a Mashani crown in this, but when a horse has 2 starts and it's 50 to 1 and 30 to 1, doesn't give me confidence in they think there's ability.
Yep.
Leads wins.
Yeah, I think it just blew up a bit. I think it's going to be race hard fit, and Jimmy Orman to get the job done for a very high flying stable at the moment in Greggy Ryan. I found one, boys. Nobody knows about this. Keep this under your hats. Kuro Yanagi. Now, this is actually means the Black Willow, and it's a surname. So when all those fucking mentally retarded people in Adelaide call this like Kuriyangi, no, it's Kuro Yanagi. Get the fucking pronunciation right, you idiots. Then it means Black Willow. It's a great family name over here, and it's out of Tetsuko, which of course is Tetsuku, which is a very strong man's name. Obviously, that's why they've called it the Black Willow. Even though she's a filly and even though she's a chestnut. It's a very weird type of idea. Anyway, Jamie Carr went over to ride this in its second trial, and she won by about 15. This was about 2 weeks ago. It had another jump out at 1. I think in a field of 5, it's just going to just smash. And I tell you what, Marto, we play for blackjack odds, mate. So $1.80 and $1.80
Absolutely.
$1.40 will give us around 5 skins with a boost. I'll take it.
That's what the Kickstarter's all about.
Yeah.
Get them into the wins.
I agree. I'm curious though. Like with $1.80, $1.40.
Yep.
We know that we could be $1.30 by 3. Because when they jump, it's possible that Marto's is $1.30, mine's $1.30, and yours is $1.30.
$1.06.
Yeah, who knows?
The first time they're backed in, is it?
No, but it's I reckon we're 3 from 3 this week.
I think we're 3 from 3 this week. I think we all
very,
hit.
very strong.
And if we're not, If we're not,
Yeah.
I'll be 3 from 3
Yeah.
because I've missed 2 weeks in a row.
I better say something to the PaLTI familiar. If I was you, I don't think I'd be taking singles. I think.
Well,
I
it
think
depends on what sort of punter you are.
Well, yeah, if you got a thousand to win 800, I can understand. But if
you're not going to put $10 on.
If you got like $3.25 to win $3.80, you're in trouble. If you're going to back Crew and Argy. But I tell you what, Tazzy, I'm going to have everything I've got on mine anyway. I'm going to get blackjack. I don't care. I'm going to get my 6 to 4. Let's go.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah. Now the Phantom boys. He's had 3. The Venom's coming. If there is any Venom, it's going to come very soon. The Phantom has got 3 Melbourne quaddies in a row, which is unheard of at PaLTI.
Good to go.
Done really well anywhere else, but in Melbourne he's got 3 in a row, which no one can claim. So well done, Phantom. Tazz, don't mention the profit.
No, it doesn't matter. It still is profit.
Wins a win.
Yeah.
I mean, look, profit.
Yeah. The Phantom's got 1, 3, 4, and 9 in the first, 5, 9, 10, 14. He's got Tone's old favourite, 4x4 for 25.60, 10%. And we're looking at the first leg where he's got Jungle Jim, Ray McNerio, the D-Horn Unicorn, and Pink Bow Tie. Unfortunately, he couldn't find room for Zoo Sensation, my mate's horse, Circus. Good on you, sir.
Pezza?
Yes.
If with D-Horn Unicorn also being nominated in Queensland, maybe Zoo does come in last minute.
Maybe Zoo does come in.
So just something to be aware of. D-Horn could be going to Queensland.
Zoo was a good run last start in Geelong, but just wasn't good enough.
Very good, just not quite there.
Yeah. Jungle Jim, of course, won last week at Rainham in the last time, flew home, and it's a good race. It's not a bad little race to kick us off in the quaddie. But boys, anything?
1 and 3 rate strong for mine. That's about as far as I'll go with that.
Perfect. We're going to Sydney, Rose Hill, and he's gone a bit funky here, the Phantom. He's gone 3x5 by 3x4, and he reckons you don't really need to do anything more. $18 will get you 10%. And we're taking a look at his second leg there because he's got 1, 4, 6, 7, and 8 in a horrible race. Marto actually had built, of course. He tipped it last start for its win. And Crafty Eagle, I think I've lost so much money on this fucking horse. I think I started putting money on it when it come fourth and it's prep before this prep. So I think that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 losing bets I've had on Crafty Eagle. Oh. So fucking when do I put a line through it?
After next week. I reckon it's found the right race this week.
Anyway, Marto.
I'll just. Oh, that's not the field. That's not the field of the first leg, is it?
No, it's the second race, mate. It's race number 8.
That's confusing me. Yes. Okay, yeah. I'm just looking at the numbers, thinking, what the hell's going on here?
No. We're trying to get through the quaddie a bit fast.
Bill's got to step. Yeah, sure. Step aside, going to be strong. Bill's got to step up. Is capable, but I think it might be a bit short. The only thing else I like in that lace is the number 6, which you've got, Crafty Eagle. Yeah, we've mentioned them all.
Yep. I actually was going to. The Pezza's push was going to be in the last leg, race 10, number 11. So We Joy or something it's called. And it's a leader, Tazzy, and it's won 2 in a row. And it just gets a really good ride every time. And it's not a bad little horse here, 11 in the last. So anyway.
If they're leading.
Yep.
You'll know by the end, because if they're the beauty of that is not winning from the front. Come the last race, you can reduce your bet. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
And be spewing on wins. But anyway,
query the track conditions because it could be wet there. It's only one in the dry, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Give me joy.
Yep.
But it's a new progressive horse, so it could handle the wet.
Yes.
Definitely in the numbers.
Marto, you're going to the first leg of the quaddie here in Sydney.
First leg.
Rose Hill, race 7, number 5. Dan, are you star?
Dan, are you star?
I don't know. How do you say that, Marto?
I think it's Dan or star.
Dan or star. There we go.
Anyway, we're up against Robusto again. Robusto's got us 2 starts back for Robusto. Last start for Dan Orstar. Dan Orstar's had a break since that run, and stepping up to the 1400. I think suits Dan Orstar more because I think Robusto caps out at 13. So Dan Orstar's going to have the legs at the end and is going to handle the wet much better than Robusto. So I'm on Dan Orstar here. My best of the day.
What do you think, Tazzy?
I think it's a huge chance.
Yeah.
I can't catch Robusto. Never can.
Yeah, never can.
So I wouldn't be getting on it. No, I just can't. But I reckon it's.
I can never catch. I can never catch Excellidus except last start.
Oh, that's the time I rode it off.
Start. Yeah. Gee, it's a horrible.
I backed it in the 2 before and then got off it, and geez, I win.
The only reason why I backed it last time, Marto, I had the 4-4. So I love a 4-4.
I see. Yep.
It's an old Pezza little system bet there.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what the horse is, what number it is, what name it is. If it's got a 4-4, it's usually going to get a little
4-4.
bit.
That's it. Yeah, I do think Rose Hill's going to like the leaders this weekend with the wet and the rail out. So
okay.
If I'm right there, then I'm right on the money with the North Star.
The great man Tazzy, after a stroke on Monday, Basil Zemplis.
Basil Ganglia. I'm going to Eagle Farm because we've talked about the King a fair bit earlier. So this weekend it's all going to be about the Emperor.
The Emperor.
The Emperor beaten $1.90 last start. Got back too far.
Yeah.
Due to return. Jimmy Orman's on it.
Yep.
I reckon the wide barrier just help it sit a little bit closer to the pace. I know Black on Beauty is the golden favourite.
Yep.
But I just think we'll have the fitness edge and we'll probably get the better run.
Yep.
And we get the chocolates.
I just hope we don't get too far back.
I don't reckon we will. I don't reckon we will.
Okay. You got a Norman little double there. You Kickstarter into the Emperor, so I'll be on that as well. I think.
And I'm going to look for another one during the day because, why not? Why ride 2 when you can ride 3? That's right.
Good idea.
I'll tell you what, it's great to see another Irish jock that sort of found a bit of form after a very serious injury in Mickey Harley. He rode a winner last week and he was in tears when he rode a group winner last week. Good to see him, and he's been riding very well. On Wednesday, he had a couple of winners again. So it looks like he's fit and healthy, and he's away from the Gold Coast where he was sort of riding, and he's into the city. So well done. Follow M. Harley.
Absolutely.
Very good job. Very good job. Can ride the Irishman. And Pezza, what's he done here, boys? Oh, my God. Think outside the box. Steve chops like.
Prancer.
Across the ditch.
Hitting across the ditch.
$34.
Mate, I've gone, here we go, Tazzy. I've gone to Trentham, which is the time-honoured Wellington Cup, which I don't think it's that time-honoured, but it is raced over the 3,200 metres, Marto.
Oh.
There you go.
Mate, this race is absolutely awful. Probably the most open race on the card. And I tell you what, the reason why I'm backing this horse is Enchanted L is because it loves a heavy track, but it loves a soft track even more. And I think it's going to be a soft track this weekend. It was a heavy 10 last start, but you wouldn't believe, Taz. I'm talking through my pocket. It was 11-1, ran beautifully, and it was in the quicksand on the fence. And I saw the jockey give up, and I was like, this prick, they're doing something. Like, why wouldn't he have fanned to the outside and fanned to where everything? Why did he keep to the rail? And I reckon it was a fix, and it stunk. And Alan Nicholas keeps the ride, Marto.
Oh, that's
so
interesting.
they didn't sack the jock.
No,
they didn't say,
under instructions.
You ran this was shit. You ran to instruction. And I've got 34 and 850 in a 2-mile race, and not one of these horses has actually, except I think the 11, has won over 2 miles. They're all for the first time. And I think Enchanted L, drawn beautifully in 7, is going to go back, and it's just going to wind up and come down the outside. and it's going to beat the 3 and the 7s because they're the progressive horses in the field.
That's right.
And they're just going to have no chance. They're going to be sitting ducks for the L because it's been wanting this distance and it's been wanting this track and it's been wanting this run. There you go.
There you go.
I honestly, I don't know how you found that race, but good on you. But if I was betting in that race,
yeah,
I wouldn't be betting on horses. I could tell you that much. I'd only be betting on jockeys.
Yeah.
And the thing is, even there, I'd struggle to find a few. What's Stackhouse doing over there?
Well, it's all the group races over there. It's all Group 1s at the moment over there.
Yeah, well, there's not many Victorians or Queenslanders or whatever in this race.
Well, SVR, you'd remember that. It's an Aussie horse that's been running over there for the last 2 years, and it's ranked second in the New Zealand Cup, I think, 2 years in a row. And no, mate, don't worry. Get on the L. 34,850. Bang, each way all day.
Drawn well. Why not?
You could be a chanting.
Absolutely.
I tell you what, it's going to be storming home, and I tell you what, and then the caller's going to be going, Enchanted L's just flying. Enchanted L with a magical run. So don't worry about that, mate. All good. $508 we get back because we've got the 340 and the 440 and the 34 skins. And it's 6-1 the field in the Wellington Cup. And I tell you what, the majority of those horses, I would say 90% won't get the 2 miles, but ours will. So too easy.
Yeah,
and I tell you what, Tazz, if you look at the replay, he ran it on the quicksand, brother.
Oh, she's sneaky, peaky.
I just want to say, Tazz, I know you're doing it a bit tough in the minute. Marto and Pezz were always sort of doing it tough, but Men's Health, there was a great by the $1 Million Bogan on YouTube last week. Lifeline, of course, and Pucker Up with Swatter. We do a lot for Men's Health. We do a lot now with the Are You OK Day, and we think about suicide and we think about our mate. But I tell you what, Tazzy, I've got a couple of mates recently just thinking about their health, like physical health. And being men, they don't like to go to the hospital. They don't like to get checked out. I've got a couple of mates fighting the dark demons of cancer. And because they've left it too long, they're basically cooked. So
it's super, super hard. And I know I had to see a social worker in the hospital and they want me to see a psychologist as well, because it is true. Like, you do think about shit like that, but you don't deal with it. And it's like, you can have a physical injury, but it's not the physical injury that, you'll get better.
Yeah.
But it's the worry in your head about that injury. I can't do this and I can't do that now. And then anxiety kicks in, because I can tell you now, the first night I was in hospital, I was too scared to go to sleep. Because am I going to wake up again? Do you know what I mean? Like, I woke up this time, but am I going to wake up?
Yeah.
And that's why the speaking out and speaking to someone, whether it's Lifeline, blokes, psychology, whatever it is, your best mate, whoever, we do have to get better at it. And don't get me wrong, I know I have to get better at it. And I think everyone does. As much as we give a little, we probably don't give enough.
Be like Tazz. If you feel like something's wrong, please rush in and get it checked.
Absolutely. Don't ignore this.
Yeah, welcome back. We just cut off Marto in a very poignant moment. Marto was going to deliver a truth bomb, like if you remember the movie Forrest Gump, when he's at the Capitol Hill there and the microphone tips out, and then the whole crowd in the front are weeping because they could hear what he said, but nobody actually knew what he said. But Marto, we're talking about mental health, and we're talking about it's okay not to be a man, you know what I mean? Like, it's okay not in Japanese we say gaman. Gaman, which sort of means put up with it. There's no need in 2024 to put up with anything. If you feel like, Tazz, something's not right, jump in the car and drive yourself during a stroke. Don't do that. Get in there as quick as you can, because I've got a mate over here who's absolutely cooked with cancer, and basically the only reason why is because he was a man and he doesn't like hospitals and he didn't want to. It was basically a pain in the ass to go and get checked out, and I know we say, Marto, we look in the windscreen. The windscreen's bigger than the rear view mirror for a reason, but I tell you what, he's looking in the rear view mirror at the moment, going, why the fuck didn't I go in there a year ago? Say something's on my guts.
That's our generation, though, isn't it? I mean, that's how we were brought up. You just push it all down and you move on because you're a man.
Yeah.
But it's different times. You can't ignore those signs. Like Tazz, perfect example there. He didn't ignore the signs. He went and got something done, and here he is a couple of days later on the PaLTI show.
Can't believe he's on PaLTI. Fucking, and mate, I don't mind Tazz PS.
Look,
PS. I don't mind Tazz PS.
Post-stroke, but I tell you, seriously, it's interesting though, because when I was looking at myself, when I realised I was in trouble, I thought I was hanging down here. So like that, I don't know how to do it.
Yeah, you can see it.
But the reality was that this side of my brain, because it happened to the left, it was this side that was frozen. So I looked like I was like that because this was moving and this wasn't.
Right.
But I don't know. Anyway, I mean, yeah. Look, the nurse at the hospital was talking to me and the doctor, and I said, I know that it's better to be a bloody idiot and go to the hospital and be told there's nothing wrong with you.
Absolutely.
Than to be a fucking idiot who doesn't go.
Yeah. That's right.
So no one gets upset with you when you're going and you wait, whether you're waiting 10 minutes or you're waiting 2 hours. They don't get upset with you. No. We might get upset, but they don't get upset with you.
Oh, you might feel a little embarrassed if it's nothing, but I mean, if it's heart, lung, brains, you've got to go and get it checked out, don't you?
Yeah.
Because you might not, like you said, you might not wake up next time.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's exactly right. I didn't wake up speaking another language though.
Didn't wake up speaking German?
No, I didn't wake up speaking German.
Yeah.
Can't do any magical tricks.
Oh, well, you know.
So a waste. I'm just back.
But the good news, Tazzy,
the
good news, Tazz, is you got a couple of weeks off work. Is that right?
I got 2 weeks off and 4 weeks I can't drive.
Perfect. So that gives you a lot of time to study.
To look at. It does. And you know what? I was watching a trial show when I was in there.
Started already?
Yeah, I was. But you know what the problem is with stuff like that? Because it's cognitive as well. They don't want you to have too much screen time because it can tire you as well.
Okay.
And that's going to be the problem with work because when I go back, I've got 2 screens that I work off and a lot of data and blah, blah, blah. But so I've got to really utilise my my trial time, if that makes sense. So, but fuck, it's hard. Seriously hard. But anyway, it is. I'm where I am. I'm all right. I'm on top of the ground.
Can you imagine Marto being in hospital for a while and the old nurse comes in to check his temperature or put a bloody finger up his date or something? He'd be like, "Get on the dogs at Kennington. This dog's on heat. Ken Brown's has called me." And they've passed it, and and the old nurse is putting a hard earn on a maiden dog and Kennington, which might happen tonight, Marto.
They come over.
We don't always get good mail.
No, that's right. That's right. That's right.
I'll tell you what happened. They come over. They take your blood pressure like every 2 hours. They had to keep taking our sugar, so that every single finger of mine's been pricked whilst I was there. But I'll give you the Marto scenario. Yeah. Hang on a tick. No blood pressure now. I'm watching this race.
Yeah.
Wait.
You give me 3.5 minutes.
Maybe Marto, it's like 2:00 in the morning. They've woken him up and they don't realise that Marto's watching something that fucking Cheap stole.
Limerick.
And then he's going, hang on, it's over fucking 17,000 metres and 62 jumps. Can you come back in 10?
Just go next door and come back.
One jump to go, wait.
The nurses are going, it's amazing. This guy's always awake. We never have to annoy him and, wake him up for an observation check because Marto's watching the fucking table tennis in fucking Ukraine.
I did have one bad thing in the hospital, though. You always got to think of how lucky you are.
Right.
But there was a elderly lady, unfortunately, next to me. Mm-hmm. She slept all day and she was up at night. I don't think her English was good, but she was saying restroom in her best Aussie accent. and they used to bring the restroom to her, and I felt really bad. But at one point, I sort of buzzed the nurse and said, "Listen, I'm really, really sorry, but can you give us a spray or something? Can you do something?" Because I was in a public hospital. I wasn't taken to a private hospital. I could have gone private, but best stroke unit is frigging Victoria's public.
Right.
And you don't get private rooms and shit like that. But yeah, it's pretty bad when you get to a place where you're doing it on yourself and stuff like that. So
Sure.
We're very, very lucky, and we take a lot of things for granted. As much as we hang shit on each other.
Yeah, as I said, it's a lot better place in the world with you above the ground, mate. So well done.
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah, well, could you imagine Warrnambool without me?
Could be, yeah, well, and that's some big news is happening there too. And we're still on the dog trail as well, but it's taken a little bit of time, a bit longer than we thought. But
want to get the right dog.
Yes, and we're going to get the right. It's got to feel right, and it's got to be right. A little bit like Warrnambool in the end of April and start of May. I tell you what, she might be something to really celebrate, because hopefully Tazz then fully back on his belly feet. And you never know who might be back. Great.
Might have 3 drinks.
Anyway, happy birthday to Barney. Hopefully,
happy birthday, Barney.
On you, Jace. Happy
no
birthday.
hemorrhages, mate. Hopefully you're fitting well, and well done. And Marto, thanks again, mate. The Kickstarter on fire. Thanks, Tazzy. Always.
Just quickly before we go, Loft, last year's, the 2022 Melbourne Cup favourite, who was outed for a tendon injury, thought we'd never see him again, has been rehabilitated. The Hayes boys, the 3 boys,
the good boys,
have got him back after rehabilitation. They trialled him. They tipped him out. They brought him back and have trialled him again, and they're very, very much up and about to see him back on the track in the next 2 or 3 weeks. They're going to be setting him for the autumn staying races.
Wow.
Get ready for the big ones in spring.
Yeah,
nice.
There you go.
Loft is back by all accounts.
The best boys in Australia, the Hayes boys. They're good boys.
And I've got a smoky for you too.
Oh.
The forgotten 2-year-old. Who's the forgotten 2-year-old?
I don't know.
It's a horse by the name of Shangri-La Express.
Oh, yes. Didn't make it to the carnival.
Sydney. The goal, it's had 2 from 2. Gay Waterhouse. But it's the forgotten one. So you might be thinking Storm Boy, but Shangri-La Express is the one to watch.
It's quite interesting with Storm Boy because, as Mickey Hawkes was saying, if you take the second horse out, the Tom Berry horse, Highness, how far did it win by?
Yeah,
that's right. And the one Tazz mentioned, Shangri-La Express, was going to be really the only challenge to Storm Boy, but they took Storm Boy up instead.
Yeah. But I tell you what, Bot Waterhouse, they've got a monopoly. They got a monopoly at the minute, because I tell you what,
they brought up well.
They got the Blue Diamond favourite. They got the Slipper favourite, and I'm not saying they got the Blue Diamond favourite. They got 6 out of the top 9 in the market.
Yeah,
and they're still got unraced. Like on Saturday, there's still got 2 unraced in the first race or something. Bot Waterhouse, but they're about 10 skins, So, geez, they got some 2-year-olds coming through. Gee whiz.
It's almost like a Mashani race.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, he had 3 today. There was a race today. Where were they racing today, Marto?
At that racetrack.
No, there was Queensland races today, but there was a maid and there was 3 Mashanis in it.
Ipswich, they raced today.
Crazy.
In Queensland.
Anyway.
Yeah, but Waller used to do that too. I mean, 3 or 4 years ago, you'd have 8 horses in and Waller would have 6 of them. This time, it's Guy Waterhouse. She's brought up well with her yearlings, and they're coming through as 2-year-olds, like you just mentioned, and they're very, very good.
Yeah, the bot fly can train, because I'm not too sure how hands-on Gay is anymore. But gee, she was on fire last week in the Magic Millions when Storm Boy exploded away with 200 to go, which was bloody impressive.
Absolutely. Yes.
But the good thing about Storm Boy though, it does it on the clock as well, so it has got. It has
very good times.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Not sure if it's going to be a champion. There's not too many champions there at the Magic Millions, but there's not too many who back up, because usually the slipper horses sort of get released a bit later on in the autumn. But it looks all right. Pretty full.
It does look all right.
Bomb proof.
For now.
General Nadeem type.
Yeah, that's right.
Sort that can come back.
That's a name.
Bit of Falante about. It reminds me a little bit of Falante. If it gets over a distance, which I know it won't, but if it ever does, it's got that strange sort of gait on it. I like it. Just that big fucking brown chest on it, and it's just like I'm better than everyone. So it's pretty cool. Yeah. Anyway, talking about being better than everyone, we know that Tazz is, and we wish you all the best. And I can't believe that you had a stroke, a basal on
basal
Monday.
Ganglia, mate.
And Thursday night, you're on this fucking show, which is
fucking say. But it's taken me 4 days to be able to say basal ganglia. I'm telling you now. It's taken me 4 days to be able to say it.
Talking about things that could kill you, mate, I reckon this show is one of them.
You know, I tell you something, though. Tell you a true story before we go. Last year, pre-Christmas, I got my blood condition thing. I've got, so for anyone that doesn't know, I've got what they call essential thrombocythemia, which is a condition in my blood where I create a lot of red platelets, right? So I can clot. Basically, I can clot. So I've got to take aspirin. It's an MPN. It's in the blood cancers, but it's not one that's going to kill me. It's just something that could. Anyway, I got told I had that last year. And then the soccer, we had a fucking fantastic year. Do you know what I mean? So this year, I said to the senior coach, I said this to him yesterday. I said, it's all right. We're all lined up to go well. I've got an assistant taking over for a bit, but I said, Duff, last year I had the blood thing, bad news about my health. We won the fucking league. I said, this year, I got the stroke, mate. We're going to fucking blitz again. I'm all for what's the word, omens. So there's the omen. I was sick last year. We blitzed. I got sick again this year. We're going to blitz again. So I just hope I don't die, because if I end up dying, fucking hell, we'll be unbeaten.
Yeah. I just thought that, Tazzy, I know you're Greek, but I know you don't mind eating a bit of pizza. And I was thinking about that, like, what do you call a series of short strokes induced by consuming pizza? Little Caesars.
Little Caesars, nice.
Little Caesars. Do you get that in Australia?
Yeah, I do get it, but
we get Little Caesars over here. Sorry, mate.
I prefer the big ones, but I haven't had a pizza yet. I'm holding back. I'm telling you, I've got a plan. I've got a target. I've got all sorts of things happening, and seriously, I'll be looking 25 by 2025.
Wow, well, you don't want to see me and Marto in the 480K or whatever they call it nowadays, but we want to see you, mate. Because
absolutely,
just call me Adonis.
Oh yes, that's right.
I'll grow my hair out again.
I might call you Achilles, but anyway, good luck, mate. Great to see you up and about. Good on you, mate. Thanks for joining in.
Appreciate it.
And don't worry about thoughts and prayers for Tazz. He's all right. He's on the mend. He's going all right. But please think of Barney on his 50th birthday weekend. He's fucking.
It's sad, Pezza, because every time you say Barney's, like last week it was your 50th. This week it's Barney's. I'm just still thinking about your parents.
Yeah.
And his parents. That's my problem. I'm going to that image.
Don't go
Let's
there.
Quack in Geelong. Let's Quack in Geelong.
Jesus Christ. All right. All the best. Five skins to the Kickstarter. Mould him up. Get on the Wellington Cup. You never know. Enchanted Owl.
That's it.
All right. Good luck, boys. See you, mate. Bye-bye.
Cheers, mate.
Thank you. See you, PaLTI.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye, Ron.